Well, welcome back. It's 2:25 in the afternoon. I'm Emily Carver and you're watching Good Afternoon Britain on GB News. Now, later this hour, I'll discuss the pro-Palestine protest that forced 2 stores at an East London shopping centre to close on Boxing Day. There you go. There's a little clip of what happened. But elsewhere, weather warnings are in place for wind and rain as Storm Gerrit sweeps across the country. According to the Environment Agency, 5 flood warnings are active in England, along with 100 lesser flood alerts. Train operator LNER has advised customers not to travel due to the severe weather. So there you go, more travel disruption. Joining us now is GB News reporter Jeff Moody in Portsmouth. Jeff, it looks like the weather's deteriorating where you are.
It is. I was just thinking 2 days ago I was sitting by a log fire with a mince pie, and now welcome back to work, Jeff. Yes, the weather is getting worse. It is deteriorating. I wouldn't say that it's a storm yet, but there are certainly plenty of storm warnings across the UK. Along the south coast in particular, we've heard that ferry services from Southampton to the Isle of Wight have been suspended. Of Wight, that's been suspended too. And then the same thing in Scotland. We've heard that there's terrible conditions in parts of Scotland. A tree is down on a line, Dunfermline line. That's been down for some time, which has been causing all sorts of problems with traffic. But as well as that, the problem is the wind. And the RAC is saying whatever you do, if you're out and about travelling, try to avoid rural roads because there's a very real risk of trees coming down, and also try to avoid coastal roads too because the waves can get pretty fierce. And of course all of this on the day that everyone is heading back from their Christmas breaks.
So Jeff, essentially what you're saying is that if you can help it, just stay at home and hunker down and watch GB News, really. Don't venture out.
Have another day of Christmas is the best thing to do.
Oh, no, Jeff.
Another day. I mean, this is traditionally the day that everyone heads home, but stay where you are today is my advice.
OK, then. There's the advice from Jeff Moody in Portsmouth. It's very blustery. He's got his hood up. We always send him out and about in the weather. Come what may, whatever the weather is giving us, he's there outside in his waterproof, ready to deliver us the very latest. So that was from Portsmouth, where the weather does look like it's deteriorating. But weather forecaster John Ketley joins me now. John, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas. So this weather,
thank you,
this Storm Gerrit, how bad is it in the scale of storms?
Well, it is what you'd call a typical British winter storm. It's not extreme by any means. We've seen winds gusting up to about 76 miles an hour over Scotland this morning, 83 miles an hour in North Wales in Snowdonia. So that's not that extreme, but of course it is widespread. So there's a widespread gale going on, and there's some heavy driving rain across many parts of the country as well. And there's a new line of squally winds coming across much of southern Britain just at the moment, with another one following across Ireland. So most places are going to see a real downpour of rain in the next few hours, and that storm centre continues to move across northern Scotland. It's brought some pretty nasty wintry weather this morning across, say, the Balmoral estate up in the north of Scotland. Plenty of heavy snowfall around there. And that low pressure is going to sit there for the next 24, 48 hours. So there'll be more strong winds to come during tomorrow, and not so much into Friday, but certainly tomorrow very windy and a lot of squally downpours coming through. The showers actually merging into some wetter spells along bands across the country from southwest to northeast. So this is Storm Gerrit, and as you've already hinted, really, Emily, there is some more stormy weather on the way. I reckon it's coming in during the 30th, that's Saturday, later on Saturday, and into New Year's Eve. And that one, if it's named by the Met Office or Met Éireann in Ireland, it should be called Storm Henk. So we wait with bated breath for that one.
Yes, Storm Henk. It is that's coming for New Year's Eve. Now, do we have any idea if that will be worse, more treacherous conditions than today's storm?
Well, at the moment, my trajectories would bring it across more central parts of the UK. So in essence, that's going to affect more of southern Britain. The fiercer winds will be down across England and Wales, perhaps, rather than up in the north of Scotland. But saying that, it's certainly going to turn colder as well. I mean, today's temperatures are quite respectable now. We're up into double figures across many parts of the UK, just up in the north of Scotland, where there's been that heavy snowfall but temperatures are beginning to rise a little bit there briefly. But I think at the end of the week and into Saturday, we are going to see temperatures dipping again. There will be some mild weather in the south, but on the whole, I think there's a greater chance of some snow in the mountainous areas, even of central UK, as we get through to the weekend. So it looks like an unusually cold start to the new year and a pretty stormy one. I hope that Jeremy Hunt doesn't start taxing us on stormy weather, because he's going to make a fortune out of this lot.
Well, if they can find a way, they'll find a way. Thank you very much, John Ketley, weather forecaster. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.